Coach Taylor here from SmarterTeamTraining.com. I had an opportunity to speak with Coach Dan Riley, who's been in the NFL for quite some time. I believe he's been in the league for over 27 years. He's now working with the Memorial Hermann Sports Medicine Institute, if I have it correct.
Yes.
And, hey, Coach, if you wouldn't mind, could you give us a little background of how you got involved in the industry? And I know you're involved with the NSCA at the start. I know you've been in the NFL. I know you're producing books. And let us know a little bit what you're doing now.
Well, I got in the industry many years ago when there weren't very many strength coaches. I was fortunate to have an education. I had a master's degree from Indiana University, and I had a gym background. There were no books, no videos, no instruction. Most coaches didn't want their athletes lifting weights for fear of becoming muscle-bound. So it was a unique opportunity. At grad school, I met the head of the PE department at West Point. He was getting his PhD, and they were creating a position titled the Director of Strength Training, and I was fortunate to get that job. That's how I got started. I left there after 4 years, went to, left there and went to Penn State for 5 years, and left there and went to the Redskins in 1982. And it was a unique opportunity to work with a coach like Joe Gibbs because he was young enough that he had spent some time lifting weights when he played in college, and really unbelievably gave me an unbelievable amount of support. And it was a unique at that time in the NFL because few teams, only one other team had a strength coach, and most of the athletes weren't even strength training. So it was a great opportunity to work with him, go to 4 Super Bowls, and then leave there and have the opportunity to start a program with the Houston Texans. They were a new team in the league. Did that for 8 years, and I'm currently working part-time at the Memorial Hermann Sports Medicine Institute as their strength training educator.
Awesome. The time that you've been in the industry here, what would you really say your specialization is? Where do you find your niche?
I think if I had a unique special skill set, it's because of the amount of time I'd spent with Arthur Jones. I spent many months of my life with Arthur Jones, who designed Nautilus and Med-X equipment and popularized high-intensity training. I learned as much as I could from him, and I took that information and applied it in a setting for football players, primarily in the NFL. And it led to, I think, today there's a big gap, in my opinion, between traditional physical therapy and progressive, intense strength training. And physical therapists have a skill set that's needed, but it gets an athlete to a point where they are capable of generating near maximum strength gains, and most therapists don't have that background. And I really like therapy. I use the analogy it would be like having a race car that can go 200 miles an hour. You wreck it, you send it into the shop. Initially, the therapist can get the car back so it can go 100 miles an hour, but they don't have the tools, the information, the abilities, the skill set to get that car back on the track at 200 miles an hour. And if I have a special skill set, it would be finishing up rehabs.